So, like everybody, I chose the college I went to based on where my high school crush was going. And I like strategically planned it. She was a little bit older than me. She was a junior when I was a freshman. And I was like, oh, sign my yearbook, and where are you going to college? And she was like, oh, I'm going to Moore College of Art and Design, the only all-girls art school. And I was like, see you there. And I did everything to get in. Like, I was a shitty artist. And I went to my admissions meeting and I was like, here's my portfolio. And they were like, this is terrible. I don't understand why you're here. And I was like, I could quit or I could keep going. I'm gonna keep going because whether I know it or not, Sarah Higgins is gonna be my girlfriend. So didn't even ask, are you of the queer persuasion? I was like, this is happening. Again, super creepy, did no boundaries. So I was like, what do you need from me? I looked the admissions counselor dead in the eye and I was like, what do you need from me to get me in this school? And she was like, yeah, you need passion. I see on your transcript you take piano lessons and you know how to play all the Duran Duran songs. That's nothing. That's pop. She said, that's popcorn, get out of my office. And I was like, Duran Duran is a great band. And she was like, get out, just get out. So I was like, all right, no, I got this. And so they offered me to they were like, we will give you a scholarship to take our portfolio development class. So I did. And look, I really wanted to at least make out with Sarah Higgins. So I was like, I worked so hard. And I had a boyfriend. Beards, am I right? So I drew my boyfriend naked. He was like, are we gonna have sex? And I was like, no, we're not. Just keep modeling for me. I have other plans. So I drew my boyfriend naked. I brought this portfolio back into the admissions counselor and I was like, please let me into your school. And she was like, yes. And we're gonna offer you the presidential scholarship. And I was like, whoa, how much is that? And she was like, $20,000 a year. And I was like, wait a minute, how much is this tuition? That was a small amount of the tuition. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a super expensive, private, all-girls art school. And I was like, Sarah Higgins matters that much to me. I'm not giving this up now. I'm gonna go into debt for this. So I did it, you guys. I'm in a huge amount of debt. I could have bought a wonderful house by now, but no, I live in an apartment in Hollywood. So I go, and my first day of school was terrifying, and I see Sarah Higgins in the hallway, and I say, hey, do you remember me? We went to high school together. And she was like, sorry, no. Devastated. But I was like, no, wait, we should be friends, am I right? No. Later that day, I'm at the train station on my way home, see that she's talking, not just talking to, but making out with an older white guy in a business suit. And I'm like, okay, clearly I'm not her type. I should just quit now. This was a mistake. I'll leave. So I was like, no. I came here. I got this scholarship. I must be a good artist. I continue on for 3 years. It was horrible. I did interior design as a major. I was the worst interior design major ever. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nothing I did made sense. I was the designer of the kitchen cube. Have you heard of it? No, because it was a terrible idea. My idea was a cube in the middle of your kitchen, and you were gonna be doing food assembly around a cube. That just takes up space and makes no sense. No one needs that. So I was like, you know what? I don't think I should do interior design. I'll switch it up and go to major in graphic design. I'm okay at that. I'm fine. I'm okay. So like, but nobody liked me. That was the thing, is like there was only, it was such an exclusive private school. There was only 7 other people in the class. And one day I was like walking into class and I heard everybody talking about me. And they were like, Jen Curcio is such a kiss ass. I can't stand her. And I just like walked in the room and I was like, would you say? Like trying to like still make friends. I was like, hey guys, what's up? And everyone was like, ugh, she's here. And I was like, all right, cool. Like nobody likes me. I get it. I really should just quit this ridiculously expensive school. And, but I didn't. I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish this out. Sarah is 100% straight. I still have a boyfriend. And yeah, I'm gonna just see what happens. Like I thought college was gonna be my time to be like super queer and be like, guess what, mom and dad? But it wasn't. So I like continue on. And also I had horrific acne. So bad that like my dermatologist was like, there's only one solution. It's called Accutane. And if you're familiar with it, you know it was used in the 80s for a cancer treatment. And used in like the early aughts as like a really dicey acne treatment. And they were like, you might commit suicide, you might die of liver failure, but you're gonna have great skin at your funeral. And I was like, okay, sign me up. And I had to like have blood tests every month. So the thing is like, they were like, look, you might die of liver failure, no joke. So we have to like test your blood and see if you're at that level of like poisoning, basically. So unfortunately, it was about a week before my finals, my senior class finals, and I hit that level of poisoning. And so I'm like taking these pills and I'm like, I hate this, like I have 1 week left to go of this like horrific choice I've made in life. I've been here for 5 years now because I switched from interior design to graphic design. And I, like, whatever, Sarah Higgins is super straight, whatever, it doesn't matter, let's just keep going in life. And so I'm like yellow in the face. I wake up one day and I'm like super yellow, my eyes are yellow, and I'm like, I know what this is. I've poisoned myself with this cancer treatment from the 80s, but damn, my skin looks great. And then I start throwing up foam. And I'm like, oh no. I'm dying. This is the funeral my dermatologist warned me about. So I'm just like profusely sweating, yellow and throwing up yellow foam. I go into class and I'm like, I'm okay, but I just want everyone to know I'm basically poisoned right now. And so like I go on about my day. And then all I have to do to like, for my finals is I have to print my portfolio, my graphic design portfolio. I have to print it, put it in this super expensive, I don't know why I did it. Why do I do anything? But I like had a wooden portfolio handcrafted for me to put my graphic design work in, because I was like, look, this is gonna make my kind of shitty work look even better. So I was like, all I have to do is print it out on this large format printer in the print room of the school. The printer died. And I was like, why? Why do you throw me so many obstacles, life? And I was like, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to go to Office Depot and buy a large format printer for $500 and pay $100 per ink cartridge, which of course, CMYK, that's 4 print cartridges. That's almost $1,000 for a printer. So I was like, look, I've been working at Sears Portrait Studio, taking photos of children vomiting this whole time. I'm gonna do it. I got this money, I'm gonna do it. So I go into Office Depot and I'm lingering around the print section, and finally someone comes over and I'm like, look, I just need to buy this printer. And I made their day. Like, they work on commission, and they were just like, yeah, got it. Like, I'm good for the month. And I was like, all right, let's do this. So they hand me this huge box, this gigantic printer. And, like, keep in mind, like, I'm still yellow. I look like a zombie. Like, I'm just, like, completely yellow. My eyes are yellow. Like, I don't look well. I'm not well. But I'm also like crazy embarrassed to admit like why I'm sick. Like I don't want to be like, yeah, I had such bad acne, I poisoned myself to look good. So I'm like standing in this super long line at Office Depot. Like all I have to do is print this freaking portfolio, show it off tomorrow morning, and then graduate. That's all I have to do. I'm in this super long line, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm gonna get diarrhea. Like it's from like I'm past the vomiting stage, and my doctor warned me. He was like, you need to come to the hospital for fluids. And I was like, no, I'm fine. I was like, I have finals, I'm fine. I'm in this crazy long line, and all of a sudden I'm like, I'm gonna shit myself. It's happening. I'm wearing shorts. It's happened. It's probably gonna run down my leg. Oh no. But you know what? I waited, like it didn't run down the leg yet, but I like waited. Everybody in line was behind me was like, you're disgusting. We know you've shit yourself. We smell it. You're disgusting. You're the worst human. I pay for this printer, and I'm just kind of waddling out to my Pontiac, my 98 Pontiac that's just peeling its paint off. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to graduate from this school. I might have followed Sarah Higgins, my high school crush. It didn't work out, but you know what? I'm going to have this sick-ass BFA degree that's going to get me nothing but debt, but I'm going to do it. I got this. And then I drove home sideways as to not smear diarrhea all over the seats. And you know what, you guys? I graduated. And I don't know if it was worth it, but, you know, the other day I actually told us this story at another show, and Sarah Higgins, I kid you not, her cousin was in the audience, and he was like, I need to talk to you after the show. And I was like, okay. So I talked to this guy, and he was like, Sarah is my cousin. And I was like, oh, really? And he was like, she's in a terrible marriage, and I need you to go to Brooklyn and break it up. I'm not going to Brooklyn, but I feel kind of good knowing she's in a bad, well, no, I don't. Whatever. But I'm just saying, like, you guys follow your crushes. That's all.
Jen Curcio, ladies and gentlemen.